But again, much like the puppeteering and everything, I was really keen to, because usually how all that stuff works is it's like you previs it, you animate it, and you do it shot-based shooting, where you have a bloop light between at the beginning and end of the take. It's motion control cameras, and you're like, right, now rehearse, and then you'll now act and stop acting, and that's your shot. Again, here I kind of thought, I was trying to think, could we puppeteer could we have a puppeteered thing? But how could we make it that we didn't have to do all of that? But we could still have that performance. First of all, looking at what we were doing, because we'd already animated out Toothless in particular. If we use him as an example, we'd animated him out in terms of flight cycles. We'd got previs, because often those things are just the motion-based 6-axis gimbal. But here we had the idea of then having the buck on top of that would also be articulated, so that effectively the gimbal gave the overall body motion, but the buck would give the articulation. Here again, for the first time, they were throwing stuff back forward in Maya and Blender and designing. So the special effects team designing something that was based upon where the bones were in the rig for Toothless in the CG thing, and making sure that everything lined up. And then taking our, range of motion tests and animation tests and lining up, putting one over the other to see how close they could get. But that was a really important thing as well, because usually we cheat all that stuff.
Yeah.
And that's why it feels CG to me,
Because
personally.
they're just slow
because you'll cut to the CG shot, and you're seeing this, and then you cut to the actor.
and
And then you cut to the thing, and then they're like...
It doesn't max them.
And
max
to
the
me,
emotion.
that pulls me out all the time. So here, from the very beginning, they were like, yeah, but all these shots where he's just doing this, that'll be on the floor. And I was like, no, it's all going to be on the gimbal. Everything we shoot is going to be on the gimbal, whether it's an insert, whether it's everything has to match that motion. The other innovation in there was the Waldo, so the remote control, effectively a remote control system, so that you could actually drive the gimbal and the buck separately. They developed stuff so that we could run the animation cycles on the buck and the gimbal. We could remote control one or other of those and have the animation driving the other half of it, or we could blend between remote control and... So in the end, on the shoot, to cut a very long story short, it meant that much like the puppeteer, we could find the shots on the day.